Vintage Designs and Fashion Toppings here, and today I'm going to be doing something really cool and very new. This is what's called an image overlay. It's from a company called Pieceprints, and I'm going to show you how cool this is, so stick with me. These are images. You send them your images, whether it's from your phone, if it's good quality, from a camera, or some copy-free artwork that's on the internet. You send it to them, you tell them the exact size that you need and the dimensions. I've been using this on furniture and I'm absolutely loving it. So today I'm doing it on canvas. So like you send them the pictures and then they give you a quote and you get your images sent to you. And what I want to show you real quick, this is really cool. This one is shiny, but I'm going to show you how to make it matte, or you can order it matte. But these are very thin, I'm talking thin images. See how thin that is? I don't know if you can see how thin it is. It's very thin and very easy to work with. And the technology in this paper, you don't have to worry about bubbles. They're easy to get rid of and they're easy to apply. So that's why I wanted to show you this today. This print reminds me of a print that my grandmother had on our wall the whole time I was growing up. And so the minute I saw it, I was just like, I had to have it. I was thinking about putting it on a piece of furniture, but I decided I wanted it on a canvas so that I could keep it for my own home, and because I'm a furniture flipper, so I didn't want to have to sell the piece of furniture I put that on. I wanted to be able to keep it. So I got a canvas, just an inexpensive canvas from Hobby Lobby. Get it unpacked here. And I will be moving you down so you can see close up in just a second. But one thing I want to point out, I ordered the print before I had the canvas. So I just guessed on size. And I'm gonna have a border all the way around my picture. So I'm gonna paint my canvas first, just a base coat, just so that, because I'm gonna be doing some blending around the edges so that it has kind of a cool border to it. But I'm gonna paint my edges around my canvas first, just to make it easier. And then we're gonna apply the piece print. Now, I'm gonna be using Holy Guacamole because when I set this paint up against my print, it's the closest that I have as far as colors that repeat frequently in that print. So I'm just gonna put on a coat of Holy Guacamole. And I've done nothing to prep this canvas. I just took it out of the package and that's it. So I'm just gonna get one coat of Holy Guacamole on here. And then I'll be putting my piece print on as soon as it dries, and then we'll be able to blend the edges. Okay, so let me get this painted up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I just have my base coat on, and I'll be touching that paint up after I get this image on and kind of blending it a little bit better. Maybe doing some waxes around the edge. I haven't decided yet, but at least I have just a base coat on. Didn't even do full coverage. What I did next is I laid my print down, and I want to make sure that it's centered on my canvas. So I just measured all the way around my edges to make sure it's centered. Then I take a pencil. It's on the screen. Take a pencil and I just lightly go around each edge because I know I'm going to be painting this up a little bit more anyway. So I just marked my edges so that I know when I lay it down I'm putting it on straight. But it's important to measure because once you get this on, you don't want to have to mess with it. The next step, I have a little pad here. You can use a t-shirt, a cloth, anything, but you need something for rubbing it on. And I'll show you what we're doing. You pull the print back. You get a corner. And you're pulling the image back. I'll show you here in just a second. About an inch. About an inch. So you can see that? I'm releasing it from the plastic. I'm going to fold this plastic under so that it's out of the way. It's hard to do this backwards because I'm trying to get it so it's forwards for you guys. Okay, so I'm just putting a little crease in there just to get it out of the way. So I got my image released. I'm gonna set my image down right where my marks are, so I know I'm gonna be putting it on straight. There we go. Pressing it down, start from the center and work your way out. And if you get any bubbles, there you go, just lift it up. I'm gonna take my cloth And I'm going back and forth, making sure there's no air bubbles in there, because the air bubbles will release. You go from the center, work your way out, and it pushes those air bubbles out. And now that I got this secured down, I can keep pulling my plastic underneath, farther back, go back about an inch, set it down, rub from one side, if you get any bubbles, you just lay it back down, rub it with the cloth. I'm gonna use my fingers because the canvas is giving underneath me. It's not a hard surface, so I'm just gonna use my fingers. Pushing the air bubbles out to the side. There we go, no air bubbles. There we go, and then I'm gonna keep going. Keep pulling from both sides, slowly. Going another inch or two. Push down the center and press out to the sides. Look at how easy that is, no bubbles. Okay, I'm gonna keep working it back. Going nice and straight. Going a couple inches at a time. Start from the center. Push out any bubbles. And this doesn't, if I was working on a wood surface, I would be using this cloth because it makes it easier. But since the canvas wants to give a little bit underneath there, I'm using my fingers. But normally I would be using a cloth. This is the first time I put it on a canvas. Okay, pull back even farther. Pressing it down in the center. Going across. Pushing out any possible bubbles. And I got a bubble there, but look at, I just pushed it right out. This is so easy. Got a bubble there, pushed it right out. There's little channels in the image that you can't see that allows the air to escape out the sides, so it makes it easier. Okay. And push from the center, out. Making sure it's all pushed down, you don't have any bubbles. It's important to push from the center out. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Press it down. Normally I'd be in front of this, doing it from the front. Look at how easy this is. Going straight back. Going from the center, pushing out. Keep going. Center. Push out. And I'm going to show you something. If you get off a little bit, you can pull this back up. See, like this, I can pull it back up. You do have time to pull it back up, but don't do it more than you need to because you don't want to reduce the adhesive on the back. Okay. I gotta get to the side so I can pull this out. Pushing from the middle, out. Look at how easy that was. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go back, look at it, make sure everything is down. If there's any air bubbles, start from the middle and push out. And I don't have any air bubbles. My God, isn't this gorgeous? Okay, next, I wanna seal this before I start doing some painting. So I am gonna seal this and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to seal it as well. You do wanna seal these because, I mean, it's an image. So you want it to last a long time. And I actually wanna reduce the sheen so it's not so glossy. So I'm actually going to be applying a flat top coat on top of this to give it, I just love touching this, it's just so soft. I'm going to use a flat top coat to give this a more matte finish so that it doesn't reflect light when it's on my wall. But look at how gorgeous that is. And then I'm gonna be painting my edges. So this is Piece Prints, this is awesome. Okay, let's start on the next step. Okay, the next step before I do any detailed work, I want to make sure this is sealed and locked down onto my canvas. And so I'm going to seal it. What I'm going to be using is a water-based top coat in flat. I'm using Dixie Belle's clear top coat in flat. Then I'm just using regular little, these are makeup sponges. You can get them at any grocery store. I'm using a makeup sponge. Look at how easy this is going to be. I tap into my top coat. And I'm just going to tap everywhere around my canvas. I'm going to show you what this, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera. You can see it right here, right here. The stippling, see the light here and here? This is going to turn it flat and it's going to get rid of that glossy sheen. And I'm going to go around all my edges and I'm going to go over the entire piece print. See how I'm filling that in? Getting rid of that shine. I'm going to just dab everywhere over this entire image and all of its edges. I don't know if you can see. Okay, you can see the line right there. There you go, you can see it right there. You can see the difference. There's glossy, there's matte. So let me go ahead and continue to do this process over the entire image, getting it all covered with a flat top coat. I'm just dabbing. I don't care about the little bubbles. That gives it the canvas texture. It makes it look more realistic. You can brush a top coat on. You'll need to do a couple coats just to hide any brush strokes. I'm doing this because on a canvas has more of a stippled, dry texture to it. Look, that's why I'm using the Dixie Belle top coat in flat. I want to keep it to be a canvas look. Okay, well, I'm going to continue on. I'll be back and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so now I have a nice matte finish. My first coat is dried. Now I'm just gonna play. You get the point on how to put it on a canvas, but if you want to stick around and watch the rest of it, I'm going to just kind of make it more cloudy around the edges and give a little more dimension. And I'm just gonna be doing it by using a craft brush. This is the color Chocolate, it's a deep brown. And I'll be using the Holy Guacamole again. And you can use a natural bristle waxing brush or stenciling brush, or a nice thick, this is a synthetic brush, nice and thick. You can use any of these, but I'm gonna get the colors on in going up over the piece print. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit. And I am getting up over the piece print, alternating between my two brushes, between the two colors. I know it kind of looks like a hot mess right now. Then I take either one of my nice dry brushes, my synthetic or my natural bristle stenciling brush, and I'm just gonna swirl these colors together, kind of get them a cloudy appearance. And I am up over my piece print a little bit. I just want the outside to look cloudy, and then I can add wax if I want to darken it even more. So I'm just putting, oops, that's off camera. I'm just putting some of the chocolate randomly around my print. And then my Holy Guacamole in between. You can use any colors that you find in your image. I'm getting off camera again to do the bottom part. Okay, so I just got the colors splotched all over just like that, and I'm taking my brush and I'm just swirling them together to kind of give them a cloudy look. Not worried about going up over the canvas. You see how that gives it a cloudy look? It's not going to match exactly, but at least it's going to look nice on the wall, that it has a similar tone to it. I got to do this bottom part here. Just randomly put the colors. Take a dry brush. You want to wipe your dry brush off once in a while to get that excess paint off. and just keep, I'm going in a little kind of swirly motion. Just giving those two colors, blending them together to give them that cloudy look. So see how that side is gonna look? It's not gonna match exactly, but I'm gonna add some dark wax to it as well. But hanging up on the wall, I think it's gonna look much nicer. Okay, I'm gonna continue to do some blending. I'm gonna do it on this corner so you can see it. Once again, just taking some of my brown chocolate, the color is chocolate from Dixie Belle. You pick any colors that go in your print, kind of going up over the print a little bit. See it just randomly. Then I'm going back with my Holy Guacamole, which is kind of like a green. Filling in randomly, see I'm just pouncing it on there. There's no rhyme or reason. Just making sure I have a good mix of the two colors together. Then I'm gonna take my clean, dry brush and in circular motions, I'm just gonna blend these together. Wiping off my brush if I get too much paint on it. And you can go back if you have some area that might be more green than others. You can even it out. See how I'm doing that? Going right up over the piece print. It's as easy as that. And I'm gonna do this to the entire border. I'll fast forward. Okay, so as you can see, I got it. That nice little cloudy look all the way around the image. I could stop there if I want to and go ahead and seal it. But what I'm gonna do first, if you are using another brand wax, most waxes, I'm gonna be using dark brown and possibly black, but most waxes are oil-based. Now, Dixie Belle's is one of the only waxes on the market that is water-based. So I can put this on before I seal my piece, but if you're using another brand, you're gonna wanna seal first, then wax. But with Dixie Belle, you can wax first and then seal afterwards. But I wanna seal afterwards because I wanna lock in the wax. So what I'm gonna do is, I just wanna age up some of the corners. So I'm gonna tap a little bit of wax on my natural bristle waxing brush. Bring this up so you can see it. And I'm just gonna try to rub some on the corners here, just to kind of age it up. See what I'm doing? Just making the corners just a little bit darker. Just going to circular motions. And you do a little section at a time, just darkening it up a little bit. This step is not necessary, but I'm just showing you that you can do it. So then I'm going to go back and wipe it with a lint-free rag. And see how that deepened it up a little bit? So I'm going to be doing that kind of around the corners, just to give it just a little bit more aged look. So you can see this side's been done, this side has not been done. See how I'm doing that? Okay, so I'm gonna do this side over here. I didn't re-dip in my wax. I'm just circular motions, just rubbing it around my corners. Having it grow down a little bit. Get up around my edges. Okay, and doing it, just applying it in circular motions. See how, very subtle. And then I go back with a lint-free rag in a circular motions, just blending it in. There you go. So it gives me some deep, rich corners. I'm gonna go ahead and do that in random places around this, just to age it up and give it a little bit more darkness. I can go right along my picture. I have not re-dipped. I'm just using the residual wax that's left on my brush, just to kind of deepen it up. You can kind of see where I stopped. This has not been done. This is a little bit darker up here. And I'm going up on my piece print. And I need to re-dip again. You're using barely any wax on here. So I'm getting it up on my piece print, just to kind of make a little bit of a shadow. Off camera now. Just making a little bit of a shadow. And then I'm going to get my corners. I do have to paint along my bottom lip, but I don't want to get paint on my table. So I'll do that last. Okay, so I did all of that. So you can see this is darker than this side. I'm just going to Go around in circles, just to blend that out a little bit. Very easy. And you can see this side is darker than this side over here. And I do have a really dark spot right there. That's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go around to my other side and do my other side while I'm at it. Very little wax, just going right along my image, putting the wax on the image and my canvas at the same time in circular motions. Just trying to age it and grunge it up a little bit. I can still see my swirling paint underneath, the light green and the brown. I just want to give it a little bit of an aged look. So you can put wax on these prints, you can put, after you've sealed them, you can put wax on the prints, you can paint on the prints, you can customize them in any way that you want. I just want to make this corner look really grungy. Get along here. Okay, just darken that up a little bit. I just want a lot of little cloudiness. And go back and just buff. And I'm very gently, just swirling motions, just blending that all together. Making sure I don't have any loose wax. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Is she not beautiful? I am in love with her. I can't wait to hang her up. So now what I'm gonna do, like I said, if you're using anything other than Dixie Belle, or if you're using another brand's wax, that has to be after you seal, because other brands aren't water-based, and so they usually cannot have a sealer on top of them. I put this on first because I want to seal it in. So now I'm going to let this sit for a couple hours, or maybe even till tomorrow, but I didn't put very much on it. So I'm going to let this sit for a couple hours, and then I'm going to put my clear coat on just like I did before, the dabbing motion with my makeup sponge over the entire, even my image, over the entire image and all of my painting, and then I am done, and I'll be able to hang her up and showcase her in my home. How quick and easy is that? Okay, there she is. Isn't she beautiful? I absolutely love her. So it was as easy as that. I put the piece print on a canvas, and then I showed you just with 2 colors, swirling motion, very fast. I was able to get a cool, cloudy look around the outside. I've sealed it all with Dixie Belle's top coat. It's a clear coat, water-based clear coat in flat to take away the sheen of the picture. And then I just grunged up some of my edges with the Best Dang Wax in brown. It's, like I said, it's a water-based wax, so I was able to seal on top of it with another flat. But I love how she turned out. Okay, and I want to show you something else. So not only did I find this picture online, you can go and search copyright-free images and sent it to them, gave them the dimensions I wanted, and I'm able to customize some artwork for my home. This can also go on furniture. It's great for furniture flippers where you can pick and choose your images and then have them cut to size for your doors or your drawers. It's a great option. And then on top of that, your personal pictures. You can send them your personal pictures and they can make them into piece prints. Now, I took my son's senior pictures because I have the copyright. I own the copyright for my son's senior pictures. So I ordered a bunch of his senior pictures, and I ordered them in a size that was specific for a plaque that I'm going to be doing. And I'm just going to be applying these to a plaque, and I'm saving a lot of money because I'm printing I sent them the images, and I'm making my own home decor using my son's senior pictures. Any pictures, baby pictures, wedding pictures, your garden in your yard, beautiful flowers, any images you come across that are copyright free, you can send them to Piece Prints. They will make them to your specification of size, and then they'll send them to you. I'm so excited about this. This is definitely going to be a piece of art that's going to stay in my house for a long time. I'm going to look for a beautiful frame to go with it, but I don't have a frame this size just now. But I wanted to share this with you. Once again, it's called Piece Prints. And I will have all the information down below in the description box, along with my email at pieceprints, aj@pieceprints.com. If you have any questions, you want to place any orders, if you have an image that you want to be made into a piece print to use in your home decor or your furniture or canvas or even a serving tray. I mean, anything, the possibilities. just send me off an email. I'll answer all of your questions, or you can also reach me on Facebook at AJ's Vintage Designs on Facebook as well. I'm doing a lot of videos on my Facebook page as well, showing how these can be applied to so many different things. The options are just endless. I'm very excited about it. So once again, I'm Amy with AJ's Vintage Designs and Fashion Toppings, and I hope you give this a try. It's a lot of fun and it is quick and easy. Okay, until next time, I hope you have a great day.